Hey everyone, back with my January journal jump, and I did had a really busy weekend, but I did work a little bit in this journal and made a list of some pens I love and people I love. The first thing I thought of when I saw this book is this leaf. I think so many of us are attracted to leaves, and I thought I'd like to carve my own leaf. So let's do a little stamp carving today. I have got a little piece of tracing paper, and I have a pencil somewhere. There it is. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and trace this leaf, and I'm actually tracing it with all of its idiosyncrasies. There's little bumps and bits that make it more interesting, and I don't know who designed this, but whoever it was did a nice job. So since I'm not going to be selling this, I can go ahead and trace this whole thing off. And you can really do this with so many things. Just go ahead and trace if you're not in love with your drawing skills. So I just ran over a little bump there. So I'm going to finish tracing this. Okay, so I traced over everything with a nice soft pencil, and I'm just going to turn that tracing paper pencil side down, and I have a little hunk of Speedy cut from Speedball, and I'm just going to press and rub along the back of this tracing paper, and voila, there you have it. It's all, the drawing is now transferred. So the next step is I have this, for the moment I have it on this piece of self-healing mat, and I'm just going to trim out loosely around. Alrighty, I am so lucky to have all of these Speedball tools. They usually come one to a package with I think that's 3 or 4. Let me see if I can show you this. There is a U channel, which takes a good hunk out. There's a fine line cutter. This will be more obvious when I'm carving. And there's a V gouge. And these, if you unscrew this silver bit, this comes out. And they store in the handle very nicely. To load the tool, you just, there's, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. You could probably go to Speedball's site and see it, but there's a channel that this sits in. And just wiggle it around till it feels right, and then just tighten that up just like you would an X-Acto knife. Okay, so I have all three. Since I teach so many classes, I have plenty of tools in my studio. The next thing I would do is take your Sharpie or your paint pen and color in everything that will be a color. Okay? So anything that you're going to leave raised, color in. So I can refer back to this if I get confused. And just go ahead and do that. You can fine tune it as you're trimming up too. So that's the next step. Okay, then from here on out, I would start with my smallest gouge, and I start by trimming away the outermost edges. Now, here is another tip. These edges, oh, dancing away it did. Okay, so these edges are V-shaped. Let me show you with this one. Ooh, you can't see it. Oh, you can see it a little bit. Okay, you see that U shape. You want to carve away from the image area. So in other words, I am holding my V-shaped tool with the left side of it sort of flat against the image area. That will keep that image area strong. You don't want to undercut. So in other words, here is you're going along, here's your image area here. Your image area is there, nice and flat. Okay, and you're carving away from it. So the V is going away from it, and probably like that. Instead of your image area, this is called undercutting. You can see how that would weaken that little edge right there. So that's the other tip. That's pretty important. I like to, as I'm carving, I'm keeping the end of I'm carving away from the image area. So in other words, rather than carving into the image area, I'm carving away from as much as I can. I'm going to finish this up by using a larger gouge to just trim away around, remembering to keep that tilt towards your image area so that you don't undercut. Okay, that's very important. It really lends to the stability, and your stamps will last a lot longer. So okay, I've got all that trimmed away, and now I'm just going to trim down the stamp a little bit further, a little neater at this point, and then we'll do the first impression. I wanted to talk a little bit about what's been going on behind the scenes here, and I've gotten such great feedback from this series already. So grateful for those of you who have shared your thoughts. If you read the comments, if you're uncomfortable leaving a public comment, please feel free to email me. I've gotten some great information back. People talking about list making. It stresses some people out. It used to stress me out. And I have to say, since I began to think of it as a brain dump, a list of stuff to get out of my head, I've felt a lot better about it. So let me just give this a wipe down. I've probably got lots of crumbs in there. And dump my stuff, let the shavings out of the way. Well, let's take a quick print of this. Oh, there's that darn wire. Sorry about that. The my camera ran out of juice. So okay. So, you know, that looks pretty clean right from the get-go, but let's give it a whirl. Yeah, that looks pretty clean. I can see right here on the right-hand side, so on the left-hand side of the stamp, there's an area I'd like to get rid of. I see right there. I love that color. I love the look of hand-carved stamps. They're fantastic. So I'm seeing all this, and then you'll just take, you'll do another proof, as we used to call them in printmaking, and see what else needs to be done. I've gotten out a softer green called Green Hills, and it's a Hero Arts. This paper is a little stronger than I thought. There was some definite bleed through here, but you know, it's like, who cares? You know, I mean, at some point you kind of say, who cares? This book is kind of really satisfying me, and I think I'm going to work with it for a while. I really am enjoying it. And I think part of the reason I'm enjoying it is because it's so low stress. Now there's definitely bleeding through. Again, you know what? Put a sticker on it. Let me just show you some of the stamps I've carved in the past. Here's a few of the stamps I've made over the years. Today, that needs a little bit of a cleanup, but this is my very favorite Japanese pattern. There's little squares. Here's another leaf, very much like the one I just carved. I'm pretty sure. I should never say anything is definite. I'm pretty sure I'm going to carve a smaller one or some kind of iteration of that green one there. But, I mean, some of these were super, super simple to carve, but just, you know, repetition is a good thing. It can be a place that, you remember that crazy page? This could have changed that page, and now that I'm thinking about it, it might be what I do on that page is some repetition. It's a good way to pull together an idea, or to give your eye, believe it or not, it's a resting place, because it's the same thing over and over again. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If your stamp breaks, this one broke, I can super glue that together, but I've just been using it like this. I have, oh yeah, I wanted to talk to you about this one. This is just newsprint I'm working on here, by the way. This is a great big stamp I carved before I went to Italy once, and I'm going to lay it down here, and then to get consistent pressure, I'm just going to use a stamp block or whatever you have in your studio that could help you. So, see you soon. Subscribe, like, comment. Please comment. I'm really enjoying the emails and the comments from this series, and I'll link the supplies down below for your convenience. Bye now.